What is good, everybody? Welcome back to Real Fan Sports. My name is Zach, and I'm back for the 24-25 NFL season. The prediction videos, we are in the AFC East, and we are up on to the Bills. Now, as y'all saw in the previous video for the Dolphins, I did miss week one, so I apologize for that, but it doesn't matter because I was going with the Bills in week one anyway. Now, let's talk about the Bills a little bit. As we know, losing Stephon Diggs is a huge deal, but they have some players that are willing to try and fit into his shoes, but will it happen this year? That's the big questions. And what are the concerns with Josh Allen now without a true number one wide receiver? Can he still show that he's talented? Week one, I'm pretending like I didn't see it, but first half looked bad. Second half, he stepped up and he showed that he can still be a leader. But we want to know who's going to step up at the wide receiver position and how is James Cook going to step up as a running back for the Bills, assuming that he's probably going to have to take more of a workload this year. Week one, like I said, I was going to go Bills anyway. Week two, I already picked the Dolphins in the previous prediction. That's on a Thursday night. We'll be live for that game, so make sure you come and check us out if the hurricane hasn't taken me out yet, but none should be there. Week three is where we'll start things off. Another primetime game, be facing off against the Jags, and I'll tell you what, I got the Bills here going up against the Jags and taking home the W. They're at home, and I think the Jags still just have issues that have yet to be solved. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is gonna make that jump, like not without change. I think he's gonna have to change scenery before he can make that jump into being the prolific quarter that people expected him to. But for now, I got the Bills winning that one. Next game will bring us to Baltimore, where the Baltimore Ravens are going to walk the dog over these Buffalo Bills. Their defense are going to be able to contain Josh Allen, and offensively, they're going to be just fine. If they got to control possession, they can now with Derrick Henry. If they want to go high and flying, then Lamar can go out there and do some crazy things. I'm very confident in a Baltimore win against Buffalo in week 4. Now, come week 5, they're going to face off against the Texans, and look, I'm riding with the Texans a lot this year, and I feel like I'm being a little too optimistic when it comes to their team, but I just really enjoy the whole dynamic. I like from head coach to quarterback, solid offensive line, great talent at wide receiver. Now the addition of Stephon Diggs, who's going to want a revenge game. We know how Diggs is against his old teams. We know how he acts, so we're expecting him to pop off. I think this is one that's for sure going to be a Texans win. I kind of wish it was on Monday night, though. Week 6, Monday night. This one will be on Monday night. It'll be facing off against the Jets with Aaron Rodgers. And I think this might be a 3-game loss here for the Bills. And it could go either way, personally, because, with the Jets, we're not sure what the health situation is going to look up, but we're trying to act like we can't predict the future. We don't know who's going to be healthy and who's not going to be, but overall the Jets as a defense outside of this last game, which again we don't remember about, they have a solid defense, right? They got good pieces on offense. You have Breece Hall at running back, who I think could be a top running back this year. They have Garrett Wilson, very good young wide receiver. You have Mike Williams, who's injured now, but should be back and healthy by week 6. You have Lazard, who has a good connection with Aaron Rodgers. All of it's going to boil down to what Aaron Rodgers is at this point in his career post-injury. For now, I like Jets over the Bills. Week 7, they'll get their get back against the Titans. Yeah, no doubt. I think that goes unexplained, right? Week 8 against Seattle is one that I'm not too sure about. When I look at these teams, I see a lot of similarities of good and bad. I think Josh Allen is the better quarterback by a wide margin compared to Geno Smith. But wide receiver room in Seattle, although it hasn't changed much over years, is still a much better situation than what's happening in the Bills right now. Maybe they'll have things figured out by then. Maybe Keon Coleman will have his stuff together. Maybe Shakir will step up in a big way. Like, there's just really no telling. Part of me wants to give the edge to Seattle just because they've played together longer. I think they have a little better understanding of each other, and I think they'll be able to hold down, especially with their home crowd, the 12. Give me Seattle there. This one I could see flipping either way, though. Week 9, previous video, go check it out. We'll have the whole series. It'll be in a playlist. You can watch all of them and let us know what you think, or you can just skim to the end and then leave comments. Either way works fine with us. Week 10, Colts and Bills. This second half of the season for the Bills is really tough, as I'm just kind of scrolling down a little bit. It does not look friendly for the Buffalo Bills. This Colts game is going to be a big one. I think I kind of want to give the edge to the Bills here on week 10. One main reason is Anthony Richardson, although more athletic mobile quarterback, he's still young in his career. And, the Bills have practiced against mobile quarterback and Josh Allen. Even though they're two different styles of mobile running quarterbacks, they still know how to try and contain and at least plan for it. And I think they'll do a good job of that against them this week. And it's really a must-win when you look at the rest of the schedule. Come into Week 11, they'll face off against the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, Chiefs are just a better team, man. They're just a better team. I wish that this competition between them two could have gone on for a couple more years, but as of right now, Chiefs are here. Bills used to be there, and now the Bills they dropping kind of dramatically. They'll go into a Week 12 bye and then instantly get hit with one of the best, most just complete teams in the NFL. They're coached by Shanahan, who is just phenomenal mastermind of football. Again, we're not supposed to be talking about Week 1. Pretend like I didn't see it, but even without Clint Kubiak, he did good with the Saints, led them to a big win, but it didn't look like Kubiak was missed. They really just had their things going on there in San Francisco. Yeah, I got San Francisco over the Bills. These next 2 weeks for the Bills are going to be super important because I think these two are going to be determining factors whether or not they'll have a chance for a wild card spot or not. And it's two very tough opponents, both in the NFC. It's the Los Angeles Rams and then the Detroit Lions. Los Angeles Rams right now, offensively, I think they're scarier than what they were whenever they won the Super Bowl. I mean, you're talking about Cooper Kupp. You're talking about Puka Nacua. You're talking about a running back now with Kyron Williams. Stafford, has been said that he's feeling better than he has in years, which is another crazy thing. Now, it is going to be Week 14, so those things could change. And I also think the Bills will be a bit better here. I'd like to see the Bills take this one. And this is more of me as a fan of Bills Mafia and really liking Josh Allen. I'd like to see him go ahead and win one in Los Angeles, but it could be a coin flip. Then we go into Week 15 where they're going to face off the Lions, and I'll tell you what, I got the Lions winning this one. They're going to come out ferociously in Week 15 just like how they did last season. They're going to be competitive going down the stretch, trying to seal their win in the division. They should have a good little lead now that Jordan Love's out, you would think by this point in time, but they're going to be fighting for that number 1, number 2 spot in the NFC, I believe, again this year. We'll see how it pans out, but that's kind of how I feel. They'll also be coming off a little mini bye. Give me the Lions. Week 16, I'm cool with putting Buffalo back-to-back over the Patriots. So I got them here, and I got them in Week 18. The last big matchup will be right there, Week 17 versus the Jets. Can they get their get-back versus this Jets team? And personally, I don't think they can. I don't think they can. And that's going to go ahead and put them at a 8-9 record. And I'm not going to lie to you, that's not what I was thinking. I was really thinking Bills are probably floating around that 8 to 10 range. I was thinking 9. And there's a couple games I think that they could take. I mean, I think they could beat the Jets once, possibly. I think they could beat Seattle, but only time will tell. Bills Mafia, let me know down below in the comments what you think and what games do you think I am totally wrong with. And let me know what's your predictions. Who will be wide receiver 1 by the end of the season? Let me know. I'll catch you on the next one, guys. We're going to go on into the Jets next. Cheers.